Buffalo shooting suspect says his motive was to prevent eliminating the white race. Prevent eliminating the white race. So, I mean, okay, let's just ground this a little bit. All the time in goddamn mainstream media, they use the term like suspected and racially motivated. Like, oh, this possibly racially motivated. We don't know yet. Meanwhile, this guy's like, I am a fascist. I want to kill black people for fun and entertainment, and I want to secure a future for white children. That, meanwhile, right, that's what this guy is saying. Mainstream media is like, oof, we don't really know. It's really hard to tell. The white man who killed 10 black people at a Buffalo supermarket made his first appearance in federal court on hate crime charges Thursday, and the judge urged prosecutors to quickly decide whether to pursue the death penalty, given the substantial cost of these cases. I just want to say, I don't approve of the death penalty. My opinion is, right, if we're going to go with this, like, prison system, right, and we're going to, like, use a prison system, let's have fun with it. Let's throw these motherfuckers in, like, let's get, like, make it like a Saw film or something. We'll let you out if you can pass, like, 15 tests and riddles, right? You wake up with the fucking bear trap on your face or some shit. Like, let's have some fun with this shit. And then everyone get, like, that episode of goddamn fucking Black Mirror where they have that bitch running around and they wipe her memory and then everyone laughs at her because she's, like, a child murder or something. Let's have fun. Death penalty. Come on. As you know, I'm anti-death penalty. In a brief proceeding, presiding magistrate Judge H. Kenneth Schroeder. Motherfucker's first name is H. What kind of first name is H? Hi, I'm Jim. What's your name? H. Okay. Said Peyton Gendron, I don't know, was eligible to be represented by public defenders based on his financial situation. Oh, well, that's good to know. I'm glad that the public defenders are doing... Fielding a series of questions from the judge, mostly with yes or no responses, Gendron said he had not been employed in a year, had $16 in a bank account, had no car, and 2 shares of Disney stock. Oh, he had some Disney stock. That's great. That's great. He has been held without bail since his arrest shortly after May 14 attack. He appeared in a U.S. District Court on criminal complaint, charging him with 10 counts each of hate crime resulting in death and using a firearm, blah, blah, blah. Wore an orange jumpsuit. Oh, that's great. He leaned forward slightly in his chair with his head down when the judge read the charges. Oh, wow. Thanks for the descriptive wording. Who gives a shit? It's hard being here. It's hard being in a courtroom with a terrorist, says Zanetta Evhard, one of about 24 relatives of victims who were in the courtroom. Seeing the man who tried to kill my son sitting there, sharing the same space with him is hard. Everhart's 21-year-old son, Zaire Goodman, a TOPS employee, was shot in the neck as he helped a customer in the parking lot, but survived. She called being in court part of my healing process. Gendron's parents were not in the courtroom. I wonder what the parents are thinking. Because I want to be honest, again, an 18-year-old does not go out there and commit a mass shooting like this without the parents fucking up at some point along the way. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. Like, I want to know more about this motherfucker's parents. I do. Now, again, right, like, this isn't like a Columbine situation, right? Like, where parents, they didn't know any better. They didn't know about the internet and depression and mental health issues, right? Like, we know, right, the situation, like, with that school shooting in Michigan, right? Like, the parents were, like, Trump-loving gun nuts. Like, the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, his mom is a Trump-loving gun nut. Like, when you raise kids in a world where, like, black people are taking over, they're rioting, looting, blacks are running through the streets, you're gonna take over the white race. When you're telling that shit to your kids, chances are they might believe it, and they might do some stupid fucking shit. So, I'm just saying, not all parents are bad by default, but like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, we need to really start looking at how these parents are raising these kids. Like, because I'm curious, like, how the fuck do you raise your child to do this kind of shit? I'm just, like, what happened? Attorney General Merrick Garland, who met with the victims' families in Buffalo on Wednesday, had not ruled out seeking the death penalty against Gendron. Well, I'm glad Merrick Garland, first of all, is still alive. Because I was honestly unsure. I thought he died many years ago because I haven't seen him do anything at all. Since he became Attorney General, has he done anything? Like, was he taking a nap for the last, like, fucking year and a half? I don't know, man. Just curious, right? Like he has time to go to Buffalo to do, like, a cool, like, oh, yeah, I'm still alive. Don't worry, I still exist. Meanwhile, is he going to do anything about fucking Donald Trump's criminal fucking rampage of the U.S. government? In calling for prosecutors to make a quick decision on the death penalty, Schroeder noted such cases typically require expert testimony from psychiatrists and medical examiners. Federal prosecutor Joseph Trippi said the next step would be blah, blah, blah. I'm a Christian person. I don't wish death on anyone. A niece of 62-year-old victim. But this right here, I have to work with it because I would rather see him dead. I mean, okay, I'm a Christian person. I don't wish death on anyone, but I want him to die. I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to be too mean to them. I'm sorry. The niece, Tamika Harper, vowed to be at every court appearance for my aunt and the other 9 victims. I'm angry, very, very angry, said Harper, who wore pins on her top with the victims' pictures. He has not shown any lack of he has not shown a lick of remorse. The federal hate crime case is based partly on documents in which Gendron detailed his plans for the attack. The writings included statements that his motivation for the attack was to prevent black people from replacing white people and eliminating the white race, and to inspire others to commit similar racially motivated attacks. I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. He wants to kill black people because they're not white, and he wants other people to do the same. Interesting. But mainstream media is just like, oh, maybe it was racially motivated. We're not sure yet. Suspected racism at play? I don't know. Interesting. And again, I want to know more about this guy's parents and his living situation. Where the fuck did... Like, again, this is like, again, you know, I don't want to turn this into something that's like super grandiose. But like, giving children unfettered access to the internet, this is what happens. When you leave a fucking 13-year-old on 4chan and you don't know how to talk to your kid and you have no conversations with them and maybe you're a right-wing Trump-loving gun nut, there you go. You get the Buffalo shooter. I'm not trying to blame the internet. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm just saying that, like, how do you not know that your kid is a neo-Nazi? Like, I'm just saying, like, that's weird. That's strange. You know what I mean? It's really bizarre stuff. Gendron was also already facing a mandatory life sentence without parole if convicted. His lawyer in the state, blah, blah, blah. The complaint details his path through the stores. There you go. He wants to inspire others to do the same. I mean, that's pretty cut and dry. I killed them because they're black. I killed them because black people are replacing white people or something. And also I want other people to do the same. So anyway, I know that everyone knew that this guy was a raging racist neo-Nazi. But like, once again, is anything going to happen? Are we going to examine our culture? The right wing, they don't care about this. Have you heard a Republican talk about this at all in the last, like, you know, month? In the last 30, maybe 33 days, have you heard any Republican talk about this at all? Zero. You've heard none. You've heard zero. You've heard none because they don't give a shit. Motherfuckers are crazy. I mean, they're just insane. They're out of control. They're insane.